Welcome to episode 3 of Chiefs Chat. I know I made an episode last night regarding Le'Veon Bell and the potential of the Kansas City Chiefs signing him. I stated in that video that I did not want the Chiefs to pursue Le'Veon Bell, and I didn't think he would be a good fit in our offense. Well, here we are. I'm sitting in front of an official statement released by the NFL at approximately 6:30 p.m., which was about 30 minutes ago. That states Le'Veon Bell is moving on from a winless squad to the reigning Super Bowl champions. Just 2 days after it was announced he was being released by the New York Jets, Bell is signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. So here we are. Bell is on our team. Le'Veon Bell is now on the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you were to tell me that 2 years ago, I would be very excited. I would be very happy to have Le'Veon Bell on the team. Because not only was he proven to be a Pro Bowl running back, he was proven to be a franchise running back. He was proven to be, at the very least, a starting caliber running back. And I believe on some teams he could provide that same role. I think he is good enough to be a starting running back on some other teams. For instance, the Dolphins, who he was believed to sign with earlier today. The Bills, who he was believed to sign with earlier today. But no. He says, I don't want all that money. I don't need all that money. I need a Super Bowl championship. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him at all. Le'Veon Bell, good for you, man. Good for you. But here's my issue with Le'Veon Bell being on the Kansas City Chiefs. As I have stated in yesterday's video, he doesn't fit. There is no place for him in this offense. There is no reason to sign another running back to take snaps away from the guys we already have in the rotation. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Look at what the guy's done in his rookie season. He's an incredible player. To sign Le'Veon Bell, a veteran guy, and take snaps away from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think Le'Veon Bell, he's a solid player. But don't you think Clyde Edwards-Helaire would do something more with those snaps? Don't you think those snaps, those handoffs, those carries would be better used on a more solid, young, developing running back who's already showing potential of being one of the greatest rushers in Chiefs history? I mean, look at what you did last year by signing LaShawn McCoy. Of course, that was before we had Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We had sort of the running back committee going on where everybody was getting snaps. And of course, LaShawn McCoy, he's gonna have a few big plays. He's gonna have a few nice games. But it wasn't anything. I mean, it wasn't. Those snaps that LaShawn McCoy got could have easily been given to, anybody else on the roster for all I care. Freaking Damian Williams, anybody. I mean, Tyreek Hill could have lined up at running back, and he would have done something more with those snaps. I didn't see the point in signing LaShawn McCoy back then. I don't see the point in signing Le'Veon Bell right now. I know he's 28. He's not too old. And like I said, he would have fit right in with that Dolphins offense. I mean, he would have been a great number one back for them. He would have done incredible things. I mean, the sky was the limit for him, on the Dolphins or on the Bills, especially on the Bills. I mean, they're a great team. They got a winning record right now. It's just crazy to me that, I mean, obviously, like I said in last night's video and right now, I would have done the same thing if I was Le'Veon Bell because, if you sign with anybody else, really, what are the chances you're going to get a ring? I mean, he's had a pretty decent career up to this point. I think he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. Might as well go out with a ring. So I don't blame him for it. I just don't see the point in signing him. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs front office, why do you do it? I just don't get it. But anyway, I'm gonna shift away from the negative here. I'm gonna try to talk about the positives because now that he's here, the move has been made, the transaction has been done. He's on our team. So what good can I make out of the situation? Well, Le'Veon Bell. He's a playmaker. He can create some big plays for this Chiefs offense. Not that we don't have enough, but Le'Veon Bell, he can provide some of those big plays. And when I think about it, and I see our Chiefs offense stalling, in the third quarter of that Oakland game, a guy like Le'Veon Bell maybe could have helped because the presence of Le'Veon Bell on our team does create some threats. It does create some worry for the opposing defense. Just because of the fact that Le'Veon Bell, he was at one point in his career a good, solid Pro Bowl running back. So that's a positive. Another positive is that maybe, just maybe, and I know Andy Reid's an incredible coach. Eric Bieniemy is an amazing offensive coordinator who deserves a head coaching job. But maybe, they fit him in perfectly with this offense, which I know that they are going to try their best to do. And maybe he blends incredibly with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Maybe he complements him in the best way possible. For all I know, that could happen. And I remember Le'Veon Bell being a patient guy, a really patient guy behind the line of scrimmage. Always waiting to see which hole he can bust through, and just he really changed the running back position for a lot of these guys now that are running the ball well right now in the league. So I respect Le'Veon Bell for that, and I'm excited to see what he brings to this team. I'm really excited to see if he can prove me wrong, because if what I think is going to ends up happening, I think a lot of people are going to look at me and say, "Hey, man, you were right. We should not have signed Le'Veon Bell." I won't say I told you so. But it is what it is. We have signed Le'Veon Bell, and for the sake of the Kansas City Chiefs and for the sake of Chiefs Kingdom, I hope he produces. I hope he plays well. I like Le'Veon Bell. Obviously now I liked him more than I used to. He used to destroy that Chiefs defense back when before Patrick Mahomes came along. We had Alex Smith. We could just never seem to be able to get past the Steelers, and I remember Le'Veon Bell being that main reason. Mike Tomlin, he fit him in perfectly with that offense. I really respect him for that. Mike Tomlin was a great coach. Andy Reid, obviously, a better coach. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what Andy Reid has planned for Le'Veon Bell. We're going to see how he works him into this Chiefs offense, and I guess we'll see that Monday night against the Bills. I guess we'll get a first glance at what Le'Veon Bell can do. I'm excited. I'm really excited, but at the same time, I won't say I told you so, because I really don't see Le'Veon Bell working out. I don't see him making as much of an impact as a lot of people think he's going to make. I think his talents would have been better suited on the Dolphins or the Bills. But here we are. He's on the Chiefs, rocking that red. He made a good pick. He made a good decision. He's going to get himself a ring. But why Le'Veon Bell? Why take the easy way out? That's all I got. See you later.